Guys, y'all are here. I think my glasses, I don't know. My glasses, like, I can't see shit. I think I need to get my glasses done over. Maybe it's the light tone on my glasses. So I can't see. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. As promised, guys, this is going to be what you consider series number one of what's really going on inside of the Norfolk Police Department. The corruption, the dirty little secrets, and also the conspiracy that they didn't want you guys to know. But we got the tea, and I'm going to share all the tea with you guys of what's going on inside the Norfolk Police Department. Um, Guys, make sure all of this is allegedly, and this holds no views on Rodeo Live, but this is what's been pushed into the newsroom by a whistleblower, and they want you guys to know what really happened to Chief Larry Boone in Norfolk, Virginia. They want y'all to know and prepare yourself of what they're about to do, the conspiracy they're about to do in the city of Norfolk. The good old boys say that Norfolk Police Department allegedly is too dark. They didn't say too black, because wouldn't that be racist? So they choose the word too dark. Guys, their goal is to erase the black people allegedly out of the Norfolk Police Department for they can take it back over and start beating your ass in the middle of the street, allegedly, like they used to. Removing the black officers who would be there to be your voice. Who will listen to your complaints when the officer over arrested you, when he put you in a chokehold, when he put his knee in your neck? Who would be your voice? Who would be there to stop them for doing exactly what they want to do to you? So I have been informed that right now the city of Norfolk allegedly is trying to whitewash the police department. They don't want a black chief. They really don't allegedly want a black officer, really, but they have no choice. It's a lot, guys, and I gotta see where it started. It's a lot. Okay, from the whistleblower, and I got documentation and emails to back this stuff up for you guys. Per the whistleblower, um, the reason the chief of Norfolk was terminated because the chief of Norfolk, Virginia, would not compromise his integrity and terminate two black police officers, one by the name of Howard and the other by the last name, I think it's Williams. They wanted those two off Todd Williams. Assistant Chief Todd Williams, they wanted your ass fired. Assistant Chief Howard, they wanted your ass fired. And because the city of Norfolk police chief refused to unjustifiably terminate y'all, he got his ass fired. I can turn the camera off now and walk away. But I'm too damn messy to do that. So I'm going to break it down what really happened and why the chief of police refused to fire those two assistant police officers, police chiefs, when they did absolutely nothing wrong. Allegedly, someone called in and said the good old boys wanted those two black police officers terminated for they can make room for a white um, captain of the detective unit in Norfolk, Virginia. He is the captain of the detective unit in Norfolk, Virginia, who has tried to get an assistant police position not once, but twice. And not once did he not get it, but twice. The first time he applied for the position, he went up against a white male and he lost. He was underqualified for the position. Nothing was said. White boy over white boy. Quiet as kept. Shake hands. Congratulations. The second time he went up for the same position, He just knew he had the cat in the bag because he was going against a black female, African American. I dare she can get the position over me. Ain't no way in hell she'll get this position. But guess what? She overqualified you and ran circles around you. I think you had up to 30 days or 60 days allegedly to prove that you'd be the best fit. And allegedly, that black woman whooped your ass and got the position as the chief of police assistants. You got so pissed off, you called the good old boys to include this man right here. Where he at? And his name is allegedly, what is his name at? I wrote all this stuff down thinking I was going to go in order. I know I never go in order. But his name is, so much had to write. Michael Lynch, allegedly. Michael Lynch. Here you are. Allegedly, you are the head of the police union. And when that police chief, that police captain could not get that job, he ran straight to your ass. And y'all good old boys got together and came in cahoots and got mad that another black person has got another position inside of the police captain chief office as assistant officer over the white boy. So y'all stirred up all kind of shit. Allegedly, y'all pulled out y'all KKK masks and sheets and put them on your head. Y'all called the city attorney, the city manager, Chip Fowler. Y'all got with Chip Fowler and made all kind of complaints and said, how dare y'all have that black woman over this white man? But the paperwork itself stood for the reason why she got the job, so it was nothing y'all could do about it. Todd, the captain of the detective division, was underqualified once again. The black woman ran circles around his ass, allegedly. That pissed a lot of y'all asses off. Rednecks came out the woodworks. Got mad as hell. So who would you attack? The black chief. Because now you're alleging that he's making the city of Norfolk police department too black. Sorry, too dark. So y'all ran over there to the city manager office with the president of the union. Then you go to the city manager, and it gets into the hands of the city mayor, Mr. Kenneth Alexander. Allegedly, Kenny was pissed off anyway, the mayor of Norfolk, Virginia. He was pissed off anyway because Norfolk chief of police, Mr. Larry Boone, surely is one fine big hump of meat. Ain't nothing like a sneaker bar with some nuts. Allegedly, everywhere he went, he turned the woman's on. They turned on the news just to watch him. He was the hot topic of Norfolk, Virginia. Someone allegedly said if you Google the city of Norfolk, Chief Boone name came up, not the mayor. It was a lot of jealousy going on between the mayor and also the chief, because the attention that the mayor's supposed to get, it was actually been given to the chief by the citizens of Norfolk, Virginia, who wholeheartedly love and simply adore that chief of police. They look like they can eat him right on up, biscuits and gravies, bitch. With that being said, you was hating on the man, allegedly. So you wanted him out of here anyway. But you never could get him out of here because he was so proficient when he did his job. Everybody loved him. He was everywhere. He was at your town meeting. He was at the shootings inside the project. He was at the shooting downtown Gravy Mall. He was bringing in the FBI. He was interacting with kids. He was interviewing with Rhoda Young Live. He was touchable. I wish I could have touched all over that man. Especially with that uniform on. Hey. He was touchable. He was relatable. He was freaking real. You can pick up your cell phone. Somebody call James Washington, and he'll tell you he can call the chief at any time he felt like it. You can call the chief and hit him on the hip. Hello, the chief of Norfolk, Larry Boone. Can I help you? They say try calling the mayor's office. All you gonna get is his secretary. And when he see you in public, allegedly, he look at you like you stink. And allegedly, they say he is the one walking around here smelling like bombing fluid. They allege that he owned Earth Funeral Home, two in Norfolk, Chesapeake, Hamilton, Newport News, or GUB Funeral Homes. Got it going on. Allegedly. Rumor has said. In other news here in Norfolk, Virginia, Assistant Chief Epps is the only Black assistant chief that ever been on Norfolk Department. They cannot touch her. She runs circles around them damn clowns down there. And she a female and Black. And they say circles around y'all ass. Circle around y'all ass. And when y'all went up towards her, against her for that position, she got it. She dotted her eyes and bitch, she crossed her legs. And she sat on her pussy and did her job. She allegedly was being groomed to be the next chief of police by Chief Larry Boone, allegedly. She was next in line. See, when that captain for the detective division did not get that open assistant police chief job, he knew and they knew the next person that was going to be up for the chief of police job would be Mrs. Assistant Chief Epps, Michelle Epps. Ain't no way we're going to let that Black woman be the chief of police here in Norfolk. Ain't no way Chief Larry Boone going to retire in a couple of years, and when he step down, she step up. That ain't going to happen. But they knew she was being groomed for that position because she was better than anybody else as assistant chief of police. Only competition they alleged that she had would have been that detective in his own fucking mind that he was going to be the chief of police. You allegedly could even make it to the assistant chief of police. But you know, when you're rubbing elbows with your best friend or your homeboys, they put that walk you right on up into that position. So when y'all went down there and made those complaints, allegedly, to the city attorney, and he started speaking to the city mayor, manager, chief of police, the mayor said, I got a solution to get the captain from the division, the captain from the detective division inside. We got to figure out how we're going to get this white boy inside of the chief office to be assistant chief, but it ain't no positions open. How we going to fix it? Because that Black lady is going to end up being the next assistant police. How do we fix that, Rhoda? Allegedly, they called Chief Larry Boone and told Chief Larry Boone, we need for you to fire two black officers, two assistants, black chief of police. Allegedly, Chief Boone said, excuse me? He was called down there allegedly to Union Street to the manager office for a meeting, not knowing what type of meeting. All this happened in one day. Excuse me? Fire who? For what? Where did this come from? What's going on? I'll be right down there, allegedly. They said, the chief said. The chief got to the manager office and the manager said, we want you to fire, allegedly, they want chief, which is a black chief, Todd Williams fired. And they also allegedly wanted, which is black, Chief Howard fired. The chief say, for what? And for what reason? We don't know. Find one and get back with us. The chief declined to terminate these two officers that evaluation doesn't even sustain for them to be fired. Chief Howard is in charge of the administrative services and also recruiting. The excuse they used to get rid of, they wanted Chief Boone allegedly to use, I heard through the grapevine, to get rid of the black assistant chief Howard. The excuse they wanted to use was the fact that Norfolk Police Department is over 200 police officers short. Allegedly, I heard Chief Boone say, what city ain't short of officers? We're not the only officers that's short of staff. Allegedly, they say Chief Boone went toe to toe with them. He said in 2 or 3 years ago, we were 75, 78 officers short. We brought it to the city manager desk and also the city councilman desk that we needed some type of resources to help get more people to come out to the recruiting events so we would not be in this predicament today. They declined to give them any fundings to encourage more people to apply for the Norfolk Police Department recruiting staff. And so here we are on this day, over 200 officers short after the COVID pandemic. All jobs are short. Car parts are short. Everything is short. Life never went back to the way it was before the pandemic. But they say we're going to use that allegedly excuse to get rid of Assistant Chief Howard, which is black. And to get rid of, we also want to get rid of Assistant Chief Todd Williams. They wanted to get rid of Assistant Chief Todd Williams because he was toxic to the department. I said, what the hell they mean by he's toxic to the department? They didn't care, allegedly. Just say that he's toxic to the environment and we don't need him as a assistant police no more. Fire him. Fire him now. The chief of police say, I would not. This is alleged now. I haven't spoken. I would not fire two of my great officers to please the city manager and also the city mayor. He said, I will retire from my job before I do that, allegedly. Then he said, I thought about it, somebody said. He said, I thought about it. I'm not going to retire from my job because they're trying to make me fire somebody and their evaluation doesn't even support the fact of them being terminated. They are not at right to work state. They'll fall underneath the right to work state. They union. So we need paperwork to support while we terminating them because this is not at will to work. They are union employees. So allegedly, the city manager calls the mayor and tells the mayor, the chief said he's not going to fire his two good officers and he's not going to quit. Allegedly, they said the mayor told the city manager, well, guess what? You got a job to do. Either you fire the chief or I fire you. So who do you think gonna get fired? So Mr. Filler and the chief never had no really bad blood. They got along pretty good. But when it comes to me feeding my family and you feeding your family, which way would you go? So allegedly, Fowler, the city manager, calls the chief like, "Look, they trying to fire you, man. There's nothing I can do. You might want to go ahead and just go ahead and put your paperwork in so you can at least take your benefits with you. Don't let them snatch your retirement." Him and the chief of police and the Chip Fowler getting a big argument for the first time in their career. They going back and forth. Why the fuck you think I want to quit my damn job? Because y'all want me to fire these black people? Y'all doing this racist stuff? These people got families too. Well, look, if you don't fire them, then I'm gonna have to fire you. You gotta take your benefits and leave. They said, the chief said, you know what? I will retire. After this conversation, why would I ever want to work for a person like yourself? You will do anything for a job and you don't care who you hurt, allegedly on your way. And that's how the chief ended up putting in his paperwork, allegedly, for retirement. And the reason why they wanted to fire those two black officers was to make room for the captain on the detective division. It was no more open positions to put him in. So in order to get Todd into that position, they had to make a open position for him. In order to open something up, you got to get rid of somebody. So instead of getting rid of one, they were gonna get rid of two black assistant police chiefs. So therefore, it leaves two open positions. They can bring in allegedly two white assistant police chief. The captain of the detective unit, they wanted allegedly Chief Boone to groom him to be the next chief of police of Norfolk, Virginia. They needed that lieutenant, that captain from the detective unit to get in because Chief Larry Boone didn't have him many years left. They needed him to get in right now. This was going to be the last open door to get him in right now to have enough time on the books to move up to Chief Larry Boone position. Being that Chief Larry Boone was defiant, would not fire two good officers allegedly, for they can make room for that captain to come over to be assistant police, they got rid of the chief. So guess what they do? They bring back in Goldsmith. Goldsmith was the chief of police before the chief of police, Larry Boone, took over. Larry Boone used to work underneath a Goldsmith, allegedly. Stay with me. They said Goldsmith was a racist piece of shit, allegedly, that worked in the police department, didn't care for black officers or black people. Allegedly, when Kenneth Alexander, which is Norfolk City mayor, came into office, the first person he wanted out of there was allegedly Goldsmith. Kenneth Alexander allegedly went for his throat. I want him out of there. I want Chief Boone, who is the assistant chief of police, to be in Goldsmith position. But the chief of police, having morals by himself, he said, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I will not take food out of another man's mouth and put it on my table. He said, if y'all gonna terminate this man for me to be a captain, for me to be the chief of police, I don't want the job. I heard this allegedly. So they went back to the mayor and said, well, Assistant Chief Boone said he would not take that chief of police position if y'all gonna terminate Goldsmith. So what they did, they went and designed and created a job for Goldsmith as the assistant, this is allegedly, as the assistant city manager. So he's supposed to have been terminated, but Chief Larry Boone saved his job by refusing to take his job unless they had another job for him. So allegedly, the city manager and the city mayor created a position for him, which was the assistant city manager. It was never allegedly a promotion. It was just move your ass out the way type of job. But yet he still became the boss over Larry Boone. Now, since they forced Larry Boone, Chief Larry Boone, into retirement, guess who they putting back in that spot as a temporary position? Goldsmith. Now, the officer that was already accused of not liking black officers, the officer that the chief of police that was already accused allegedly of not hiring black officers, allegedly the white officers, Goldsmith, who allegedly has issues with black people. Now they're placing him back in that position until they can hire someone for that position. Don't forget who is up for that position. The next person that's up for the position is Michelle Else. She's supposed to be the next one up for position. She has been groomed and polished for that position. But the good old boys is about to pull a fuckery right before your eyes. And we want y'all to know that we told y'all here first on Rhoda Young Live show that the only reason they was getting rid of all those, were trying to get rid of all those assistant black police chiefs, is because they was trying to make room for the good old boys. They want you guys to keep your eyes wide open. How Norfolk is about to pull the fucking sheets over y'all head and cut the ass out, allegedly. They are about to make the city of Norfolk white again. They said the city of Norfolk is too dark, but we beg their pardon, because when I go to the city council meeting, I see more white people sitting up there on the stage than I see black. So with that being said, they want y'all to keep your eyes out on the chief of police open position. They bet you any amount of money that they gonna place in a white man in that seat. And that was the whole goal from the beginning. Get rid of the black folks. And being that the chief of police would not get rid of two black assistant chief of police, so that this white man from the detective unit, which is a captain, can walk into that position that he lost twice. He got beat twice. Once by a white man, once by a black woman for that position. Now they want to walk him into that position. So they want to keep, they allegedly, they want y'all to keep your eyes open on this racism that's alive and well, allegedly happening right now in front of your eyes in Norfolk, Virginia. All this stuff was calculated. And it is against the black community and the brown community. And if we allow ourselves to go backwards, we can expect to be beaten in these streets again. We can expect to be falsely arrested, falsely prosecuted. We can expect all these things to happen. This has nothing to do with racism. It's about exposing racism at its best here in Norfolk, Virginia. So we want to put the city of Norfolk city councilman board. We want to put the city of Norfolk mayor. And also we want to put the city of Norfolk city manager on notice that the black and brown community have been notified of y'all unjust doing. And we're watching you guys. And we want to see if y'all gonna take a Caucasian and place in that chief of police position like y'all just placed a Caucasian in it for temporary. Why would you bring a man back who allegedly already had issues in that position against the black and the brown community? Allegedly. We want to know if he was mean to the black officers allegedly before, and if he was not hiring black officers allegedly before, why would you put him back in that position to torture our black and brown officers? We want to put the city of our city mayor, Kenneth Alexandra, on notice. Why would you allow him to go back as the acting chief of police when you were the one allegedly wanting him out that position because of the way he treated us? If you came into office, when you ran for office, you said you didn't like the way he treated the black and the brown community, then why would you allow him to go back into that position to mistreat us again? Kenneth Alexander, you are still black. Money don't make you. You cannot. I never seen a hearse. No, I never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse. Money can't make you. Money don't change the color you are. You can sit at those city council boards and don't open your mouth. You can sit when black people talk and hold your head down because I watch you. And you can look up at white people and smile. It does not make you white. You are still a black man. And you know you wanted that man out that position allegedly because he mistreated us black people on the police force and in the community. Why would you bring him back? Is it because you don't turn white? I'm Rhoda Young. It's more to come to this story. It's just not enough time in this day. I looked at my wrist. I got time today to expose what's really going on inside of Norfolk Police Department and Detective Unit. Which one of y'all right now is under investigation for embezzlement? Which one of y'all are going to work every day and get paid by the city of Norfolk and also working for a college nearby? Anybody want to say their name, or should I? You know what? This is just series number 1. Series number 2 is coming up soon. They say just because you got rid of Chief Larry Boone, don't think you're going to push those charges underneath the rug. We're watching you. And y'all all placed on notice. Right now, that charge that you have on you is 2 charges, but one over constitute the other charge. So right now, it's a criminal charge against you, and also it's a work ethic charge against you. But the criminal charge stands before the work ethic charge did. And we want you to know that we know about it. And we're watching to see what's going to happen with that charge. Y'all got mad because allegedly Chief Larry Boone found out about the embezzlement case. Double dipping, should I say. Working on the city time and also working another job at the same time. And when the chief of police, Chief Larry Boone, retired, found out, they still had you working in the fields. Chief Larry Boone said, hey, hold on. No. Pull his ass out the field. You on administration leave. Sit that ass down. Because right now, you're under investigation. And that pissed off some more good old boys down there at Norfolk Police Department. So all the good old boys start coming for the chief neck. Because he won't allow y'all to do exactly what y'all wanted to do. He was on y'all ass. But now y'all think that being that Chief Larry Boone is gone, it's all good. Where there's smoke, there's also fire. And I can smell smoke in the air. I'm Rhoda Young Live. Series number 1. Stand by for series number 2. Where we're going to continue to expose the corruption inside of City Hall and also Norfolk Police Department. I'm Rhoda Young Live.